Yo, this is SoulDrum86 bringing you another video. It's been a little bit, and I have been debating on whether or not I wanted to make a video on this topic, but I will. Hopefully, it's not too long, but I just want to get my point across and get my thoughts out there. So, this whole no disc, no buy, and trust me, I'm with it. Okay, I'm a physical media type of guy, right? The only time that I get a digital game is if I have to. All of the digital games that I have in my library are from games that either just only had a digital release. There were a couple that I did get the digital first, and I ended up liking the game so much that I ended up buying the physical copy later for much cheaper price. Anyways, I'm a physical media type of guy. I think I've talked about on camera before that my wife and we own almost 1,000 DVDs and Blu-rays of like TV shows and movies, ranging from all different kind of decades of movies, right? To the point where we got Singing in the Rain. So that'll let you know like just how much, we love collecting like physical media. So I'm with the movement and everything, right? But here's my issue. Fans can't think they can win just by flooding every post that Sony puts up, whether it's about games or not. That's not how this works, and that's not how you win this fight. Because you can say no disc, no buy all day. All day. It means nothing if you continue to buy. Because you're only helping out their bottom line. You know what they're going to see? They're going to just see it as people are trolling. They're not really serious. In order to make change, you do have to make sacrifice. In order to make change, you have to make big steps for change. Especially when it comes to making these companies change. Now, there are companies that are smaller than Sony that backlash is enough to make them change their, or course correct whatever they changed, right? We've seen it happen with restaurants and all that other type of stuff. We've seen it happen because there's other businesses where they can't afford for that backlash to become something more, right? So in an example of like a restaurant, restaurants need people to flood the restaurants on a weekly basis. That's why during 2020, it was so tough on restaurants when they had to close down, and some of them closed their doors completely because you need to stay open consistently. And restaurants can't afford to make changes that are going to make people turn away from the business. You have to continue to see that number rise in the restaurant industry. And so if they make a change and there's enough backlash, yeah, then they'll change what they just did because they don't want the backlash to turn into nobody's coming to the restaurant anymore. But with Sony, this is a bigger beast. Sony is a big company. They do movies, music, video games, all forms of entertainment. This is a big company, gigantic. A couple of tweets about no disc, no buy, or flooding things that have nothing to do with games, talking about no disc, no buy, and any other kind of thing that people like to are saying right now in the moment. It's not going to mean anything if the fans continue to buy. People say no disc, no buy, but look at how already Grand Theft Auto 6 has done gangbusters on pre-orders. Why people pre-order a digital copy anyway, I don't know, because it's not like the digital copy is going to sell out. I understand wanting that copy ready so it can pre-download. Then just pre-order it a week before it comes out, or pre-order it even like a couple days before it comes out. Maybe the day before it comes out. It's not going to sell out. The whole point of pre-ordering a game used to be so you could ensure your copy, which, because of the way that they ship games out, I've witnessed, for like the past few years. Every time I go to buy a game, there are times where I have to go to multiple stores because stores have sold out. So what I started to do this last year and a half, I pre-order all of my physical games from bestbuy.com. And I go from there. So yeah, you can pre-order physical discs because it makes sense to pre-order physical discs. Because yes, we still do live in a day and age where you might go to Target or Walmart and the game might be sold out. Again, I have witnessed this with my very own eyes where I've had to go to multiple stores. So again, not trying to get off a topic necessarily, but yeah, you don't have to pre-order a digital copy anyway. But just look at this. Let's take a look at the dynamic here. Grand Theft Auto 6, because it's so highly anticipated. Yes, it pissed people off that there was no physical copy that you could buy, and the only physical copy that they're going to have is you get the code in a box. So you'll get the fancy case with the blue, the blue case that says PS5 on it, but there's no disc inside. But what did people still do? They pre-ordered the hell out of Grand Theft Auto 6. They pre-ordered the hell out of the game. That's not going to show people that you're upset about no disc, because your excitement for a game, and rightfully so, but your excitement for a game overtook that. That actually should have been the first protest before Sony came out, because Sony came out after with their news. Sony made their announcement after the pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6. But when Grand Theft Auto 6 was first available, maybe if people would have said no, maybe something would have changed with Sony. Or better yet, well, no, I don't know. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. Like, you have to stick true to the no disc, no buy, right? Whether that mean, and look, even this is still tricky, but even if you wanted to buy like all of the physical games that PlayStation is going to come out with, like every game that's going to have a physical and you get that, that version of it, even then you're still helping out Sony. So to me, no disc, no buy shouldn't even just mean if it doesn't have a physical copy, no buy. No disc, no buy. It's supposed to be about making and forcing Sony to course correct and say, all right, guys, hold on, never mind. We're bringing disc back on the table. And not as some special kind of thing like they've been talking about where they'll, for certain games, I remember I think the dude from Take-Two Interactive came out, for certain games we'll have disc. It won't go away completely, and it'll probably be really expensive for no reason just because it's the physical copy. No. We're supposed to be fighting to make sure disc remain the way that they are now. Also, people should be fighting for digital ownership rights, so that when you spend your hard-earned money on a digital copy that is not yours, right? You make it to where when you do that, it is yours. That should be the other fight. There's actually two fights that should be going on right now from the fan base to Sony. And trust me, I get it. Before I end this video, I get it, right? We are all gamers, man. We are all gamers, past, present, whatever. Some of us retro game, some of us do a little bit of everything. I understand the reasons why we game. I think all of us can sit in a room. I'm talking about people coming to this channel for the first time. I'm talking about people that have been here. We can all sit in a room and vibe with each other. It don't matter if I'm sitting next to somebody who only plays racing games, because what that racing game does for them, the same thing happens with somebody else who loves RPGs. It does the same thing for them. Somebody who's a simulation sports head, it does the same thing for them. It doesn't matter. We all play games for the same reasons. It's an escape. We like playing for the story. We like playing. We like intuitive controls. We like being able to escape into a virtual world. We like being able to make these creative players and be able to, in a way, kind of live out a dream that we never either had or even attempted. It could be anything. I'm just spitballing out here right now, but literally, a lot of us just like to play the game to get away, man. Men and women. But I know especially for us guys, Sometimes we just like to come home, whether it's from school, from work, and we just want to we get our time, we do what we got to do, and we want to just put on the game just for a little bit. Doesn't matter what we're playing. We just want to put on that game for a little bit just to escape, to unwind. We all got the same reasons. And so I understand how tough it can be to do some sort of protest. I get it. A lot of people work jobs that are stressful. And so how dare you tell them not to buy a brand new game because they want to buy this brand new game so they can escape from the stresses of their everyday. I understand it. But at the end of the day, if you want things to change, the fact of the matter is you can't support these companies. Not until they fix it. So yeah, that might mean I got to cancel my pre-order for Wolverine. That might mean I got to cancel my pre-order for Grand Theft Auto 6 and anything else coming down the pike. Because then Sony will wake up. What are they going to do if everybody is just not buying their games, or at least the majority? Because remember, with all movements, you don't need everybody, but you do need a lot. You need a majority. Because there's always going to be people that won't move to that side. There's always going to be people that are going to give pushback. You got to leave them behind. But for the most part, if everybody has an issue with this, if everybody wants to continue to hashtag no disc, no buy, if everybody wants to continue to flood everything that Sony puts out and says no disc, no buy, then it really truly has to mean no disc, no buy. It cannot be that I just put this down on a tweet. I just typed this down in the comment section, but I'm going to just go ahead and still buy everything that Sony puts out. I'm sorry, guys, but that's just not how it works. To make change, you got to make sacrifice. And that sacrifice for us just might have to be, we just don't buy any future games. Because that's not going to look good. You got to force these companies, especially these big companies. You got to show them that you mean business, that you're not bluffing. It's your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.